Welcome to CES 2017. I'm here with Panasonic's Matt Frazer and the new GH5.
Yeah, it's here. Thank you for coming to the booth.
Of course. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the camera?
All right, so I think the first thing is that it's gotten a completely new sensor. It's a 20 megapixel sensor, and it has no anti-aliasing filter, so it should render very sharp photos. For video, I know a lot of people are going to want to know, it's now uncropped. We no longer have to punch in for 4K. It uses the full 5K plus width of the sensor for that, which is awesome, then just down reses. It has in-body 5-axis image stabilization, so it can stabilize non-stabilized lenses. And then if you use a Panasonic lens with it, you're going to get dual IS, so that's awesome. It has full magnesium alloy body, but I think some of the key features here are that it's now 10-bit internal recording, 422 color. It can also do 60p 4K, that would be an 8-bit 420, and you can output 4K 60 in 10-bit 422 to like an external recorder like the Inferno from Atomos. Those are some of the primary differences. In addition, we've added a second SD card slot. They are twin slots, so they're both UHS 2. This allows you to now facilitate relay recording, so if I'm doing real high bitrate video, I can have it relay from one card to the other. Right. And you can assign things too, so if you want photos to go to one, videos to the other, you can do that. We've added our 6K photo functions, which I think are going to be really cool, if not a little confusing. 6K video, for those of you who don't know, in this camera 6K photo mode, that's 18 megapixel each individual image. So you're going to be able to extract 18 megapixel stills at 30 frames per second, which makes this an incredible high-speed burst video camera, or photo camera.
So if you're on a GH4 right now, what do you get by upgrading to a GH5?
That's a terrific question. So I think the first thing that I'm most excited about, 5-axis in-body image stabilization, I think that's a huge benefit. The uncropped sensor, so my 12mm lens behaves like a 24mm lens. I think that's a big benefit there as well. Frankly, full-size HDMI port, so if I'm using external monitors and recorders, I don't have to worry about it coming loose or breaking in the camera. With the cable lock that's included. I think obviously 10-bit 422, that's a huge one, especially for people who want to color correct or grade their footage. You get that in the camera. Even the tools we've added, so waveform monitor and vector scope, so you can really dial your exposure in, especially if you're lighting your own scenes. The waveform monitor is just so useful for lighting.
So what's a vector scope? This isn't my world, more your world than mine.
Okay. Sorry, I get kind of nerdy every once in a while.
That's fine.
Okay, so a waveform monitor is going to tell me what exposure is across the entire frame. It looks like a histogram, but each little group of pixels, it literally is telling you how over or under you are. And then a vector scope is what we would put, like, we call it a chip chart. It's got all the different colors on it. If I put that chip chart under my lighting, and then my vector scope isn't right, it's not properly aligned, I can then adjust my lighting or adjust white balance in the camera so that I get my RGB primaries and my CMYK secondaries set correctly.
Well, it seems
Point is it's nerdy and it's got lots of cool features.
Yeah, it seems like it really does. I mean, this is, right, obviously it's a fairly crowded space that you're occupying here with a hybrid stills and video product, but I mean, what is it what's the one feature you're most excited by?
Well, for hybrid shooters in particular, it's the effort we've put into the photography side of the GH5. It has a completely new color science for how we demosaic the image. They're going to find that there's a lot more blue information in the files that they get, so they're going to be able to work with it more readily available in video. They're going to find that it has much richer color for photography, and the autofocus system is so much faster. I cannot undersell this feature enough. Not just for photography, where it's just amazingly fast, but for video, it is equally fast. And I think that people are going to really be impressed with that.
All right, Matt, well, thank you very much. That was a very comprehensive overview.
Awesome. Thank you, Barney, for coming by.
Thanks for joining us.
Awesome.